Okay. Let's give it a couple of minutes so people can join. I still see people joining. And Anya, I'm just going to share screen for a minute.
Okay, hang on one sec. Let me stop.
Okay, we can get started. Thank you all for joining, and we are happy to introduce the Xpressions Speech Club for Synod Elementary. This is a program that the PTA is introducing this time, and we have the volunteers here with us today, Anya and Kirtana, and this orientation session is mostly to outline how this program is going to be structured, what is going to be covered, and more on how you can receive more communications regarding the program, how it will be handled, the logistics of how you will join the weekly meetings. And we have some competitions that we'll expose the kids to, and details about how you can get notified regarding those competitions and any practice sessions for those competitions. So let's go through. And for people who have not signed up yet, please do sign up using this form. Any communications after the sign up form is closed is going to be via emails. So your passwords or meeting links will only be shared with people who have signed up, and this is to limit the audience and also to protect against uninvited guests. And a short go through as I encourage people to keep looking at the website, and we have a calendar here that we are going to populate with the meeting schedule. And we also have, for example, competitions lined up that you can look at and participate. We have more details on the competitions here, so please subscribe to the calendar on here. And I think that's about it from my end. I let the volunteers take on from here on. Anya or Kirtana, who's gonna share?
Hi, yeah, I will do that. Let's just find it again. Hang on, I lost the tab. I do think it's gone. Okay. Hi everyone. So I'm Anya. One sec. We will just get the presentation shared, and then.
Do you want me to share, Anya?
No, I got it. There we go. Oop, that's not it. Sorry. Yeah, Kirtana, go ahead. I don't know where it went.
Are you able to see it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So first going over who the coaches are. So I'm going to be the first volunteer coach, and my name is Kirtana. I'm in 9th grade and I attend Evergreen Valley High School. I've been doing competitive public speaking for the past 5 years, and I've participated in impromptu and dual interpretation. And I have a really fun time learning speech, and it's a really fun community. And I'm really excited to pass down all my skills and knowledge onto younger generations. I think it's a really great tool when it comes to daily life. and when it comes just for fun. Sorry.
You're good. And hi, everyone. I'm Anya, as I said before, and I'm also a sophomore at Evergreen Valley High School. And I've been doing performances on stage pretty much my whole life, and in theater, and more recently, competitive speech and debate. And I've been doing competitive speech and debate for about 4 years now, and I've competed in the events duo interpretation, humorous interpretation, and parliamentary debate. Um, and I think that speech is a really, really great tool for everybody to use, and I think it comes in super handy in daily life. And it's going to be used across all walks of life. So I'm super excited to work with everyone who signed up and help them develop their speaking skills.
So now going over what we hope the students who are part of this program get out. For kindergartners to second graders, we want them to, first of all,
Kirtana, if I may add one thing. So,
Yeah.
thanks for all who signed up and showed encouragement for this program. And the response has been overwhelming. So we had to go back and find out a good format that would work for a wider audience, and also offer kids who are really interested in improving their skills a feedback mechanism and a concentrated training session kind of a thing. So what Anya and Kirtana are going to present now is to enable both of that. So you will have, it'll cater to a wider audience, but also have that direct feedback loop for kids who want to improve on a weekly basis or whenever they have time. So yeah, go ahead, Kirth.
Okay, cool. So like kindergartners to second graders have been in like a pandemic for really long. So it's really important to expose them to speaking opportunities like this. So the first thing we're going to be getting them to do is be comfortable speaking up just to their peers and classmates. And we want to have an open space where they feel comfortable, and it's like a fun thing to talk to their classmates. And then we want to enrich them in daily speaking by giving them fun prompts like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal, or simple things like that.
And also, if anybody has any questions, you can just like type them in the chat. For our 3 to 6 kids, generally because they're older, we want to focus more on developing their existing speech skills and kind of providing them with them if they don't have them already. So we're going to talk about how to get in front of an audience, how to speak to an audience, how to deliver speeches, as it says there, how to kind of write a speech and be comfortable with giving it as a presentation. And this is obviously going to be very helpful, especially in terms of like school presentations, because everybody has to do that at some point in their life. And we'll get them the practice they need to be successful in this and for their future as well.
So now we'll just be going over like the class layout and what we plan to do, like the curriculum. So for grades 3 to 6, the curriculum, we want to focus on the main aspects of speech for like the first session. So week 1, we're going to be going over how to create a speech. We're going to be talking about like is there like an echo?
You're okay.
Okay, we're going to be going over like the basic structure, like introduction, conclusion, and then a middle, trying to get like their theme or message through. And then week 2, we'll be talking about delivery, which include posture, eye contact, and hand gestures, and how to use all of them efficiently, because in a speech, every single thing you do counts and matters. And then in week 3, we want to talk about pacing, when you should pause, give the audience a rest, when you should take a step back and just wait for a few seconds to get your points across. And then week 4, we're going to be talking about vocal variety, when you want to make your voice loud and clear, or you want to make it softer, or you want to make different sounds in your speech. So yeah, so that's like the main parts of making a speech. And then after that, if we have if the session continues for longer, we're going to have them start working on actual speeches, and then we'll implement all of these in that.
So our class setup for the 3 to 6, so this is going to be kind of what we do in every class. So in the beginning, we're going to have like a fun little speech game, which will like develop their speaking and acting skills. So like charades, or like kind of a modified version of charades where they have to describe something without saying the word. And then after we finish that for about 10 minutes, we'll go into like the lesson plan for the day, which is going to be, as Kirthana was talking about, all those lessons will be one per class. And that'll take about 15 minutes. And then the bulk of the class is going to be splitting into groups so we can practice what we did that day, and do like give them prompts to speak about, or if we're working on speeches or if they have questions, that's the time where we can kind of do more individualized feedback and give them more individualized attention.
So for grades kindergarten to second grade, the first thing we're going to do is split them up into 2 groups so we can get some one-on-one time with each of them. The second thing, we're in our small groups, we're going to play speaking games, and this will stimulate their minds and just get them used to speaking to an audience or their peers and classmates. And the third thing they're going to do is just some speaking prompts. It doesn't have to be professional speeches, but we just want them to start speaking about the things they like I said before, like what's your favorite color, favorite animal, simple things like that can get them. So yeah, so welcome to Xpressions, and we hope you'll continue and join our classes, and we're really excited to work with you.
I think one detail is that this program, as it stands, we're planning to offer it on Fridays. 5, Kirtana and Anya, correct me, is it 5 or 5:15 for the elementary K-2?
So for kindergartners, I think we're doing 5:15 to 6:45, and then
5:45.
5:45.
Yeah, for the younger kids.
Yeah, and yeah, sorry. And then for older kids, 6 to 7.
Okay. And the timing was based on both the.
Could you please type it in so that it's here?
Yeah.
The timings.
Yes. And the timings, we derive on these timings based on the sign up form, interest, and the volunteers' time availabilities. And this was the best match that we had. I think I'm going to open the floor for questions.
Could you share the link to the sign up sheet? Thank you.
Yes.
So how many weeks will the classes be again? What is it for?
So what we're kind of thinking is it's going to be divided in the school the school academic year is going to be divided into 2 sessions, and each session is going to be most likely 8 weeks. But this is kind of subject to change. But those 4 weeks are going to be like curriculum, and then the next 4 weeks are going to be working on an actual speech.
Okay, thank you. Thanks to Anya and Kirtana both. Thanks for doing this. So I was wondering, you guys go to Evergreen Valley High School, right? And then this is primarily Johnsonette. So how did the connection happen? Thanks again for doing this for our kids.
So we actually got connected like through my aunt Vivian. She wanted to bring speaking classes to this school, and then me and my friend Anya, we've had a lot of speaking expertise, so she thought that it would be a good idea, and we also would be really grateful for the opportunity, so we came here, and then yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks to your aunt. This is great.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and I have seen them perform, and they're really good. So, yeah.
And then, if I could I also speak about the VTC of a speech contest?
Sure. Yeah. So for people who joined a little bit late, so please subscribe to the calendar that's there on the website. I've posted the website link in the chat, and there, apart from the meeting links for the sessions, we are also going to post any opportunities for competitions. And we already have, for example, one of the competitions in November. And Anya and Krishna, they're also personally involved in that competition as well. So, and they are offering to train any participants who want to present there. So if you're interested in presenting and if you want a little bit of coaching just before the presentation, please feel free to reach out to them, send your speeches, maybe have a practice session here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll just speak on it a little more in detail. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see the website. So essentially, Kirtana and I are both part of a volunteer organization called VT Seva. And one of the events that we're holding as like a fundraiser is a speech contest. So the reason we're running this speech contest, you can see the flyer here, is because we want to raise funds for underprivileged kids in India. So even if you're not like able to compete, we really appreciate donations as well. And I can send the link for that in the chat. But really, we want to like have younger kids develop their speaking skills. And this is a really low stakes, kind of very chill environment, especially for beginners with no experience, especially to just kind of dip their toes into the world of public speaking. And for anybody new to public speaking, if not a seminar, we're always going to be available to teach people, or if anybody has questions, they can email us. I'll send the details for this in the chat in a minute. But if enough people ask, we'll even hold like a seminar, myself and the people that are running it, and we'll be free to like actually help people and help them develop their speeches. So the competition is on November 6th, so that gives you a good like, I want to say week to 10 days to develop a speech. And the speech timings are really short. It can be anywhere between 2 to 6 minutes, and the timing is not super important. It's not going to like be dinged if it's too short or too long. And literally the only topic is something you're passionate about. So you can literally talk about anything. You can talk about robotics. You can talk about like the American Revolution. You can talk about fashion. If you really like a certain song, you can talk about that. It's really there's no bar, there's no like, it's super broad. Students have literally done everything I've said in the past. And literally any grade is welcome. So if you're like kindergarten through literally 12th grade, it's all there. We'll just organize people into categories based on the ages, as you can see there. And then I'll send this link and the emails in the chat. So this is the link for the VT Seva speech contest. And then if you have any questions, please email this and we will reply and we will get like that. And then I'm also going to post the donation link for like parents. If you do donate, please send your donation receipt to that Speak Your Vision email. And I'll send that in just a second. Yeah, we'd really appreciate the signups, and it's a really great opportunity. So thank you.
This and any competitions to come, I'll make sure that I add it to the calendar. So if you subscribe, even now, if you see it's there in the agenda, but I'll provide any details, any links and whatnot. Right? So the speakyourvision@gmail.com, that's also added to the calendar. So and there is a question on when is the start date for these sessions, and I think it is in 2 weeks. Anya, Kirtana, based on your availability, can you confirm?
Let's see. 2 weeks is gonna be the 9th of November. Yeah, I believe that works for me.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So and meanwhile, we are going to work out how that split up of sessions is going to be, and I'll send emails on for who have signed up on how you can, if you want to dedicate a slot for yourself for your kid to present and get that feedback. We'll work those logistics out and send out the details.
Hi, thank you for starting this initiative. My daughter is in kindergarten, and I wanted to ask, are there any competitions or events like this where kindergartners can go up and talk? Or does it start from the first grade itself? Thank you.
My kid is also in kindergarten, and I definitely want her to start. So I'm looking forward. So.
Yeah, definitely. No, yeah. This speech contest specifically, I don't know if there's going to be more opportunities for kindergarteners that are like this, but this one is definitely available for kindergarteners. I don't know how many competitions are going to accept kindergarteners, but if there is something, we will definitely put it on the calendar and let everybody know.
So the one you mentioned about VT Seva, I saw that it is from grade 1, right?
No, it's from grades K to 12.
Oh,
If it says 1 on the website, that's wrong.
I thought I saw that. That is why I asked. Oh, so it's for kindergartners as well then.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Hi, I have registered my elder daughter. She's in 4th grade. I was not sure about the 1st grade student. That's my younger one. But the way you structured the program, I'm loving it. You have separated out the K to 2 and 3 to 6. So I can see that my younger one can also gain a lot. So can I still sign up my younger daughter, or are all the signups closed at this point?
It is available, and I think since we are going to start this program in 2 weeks, I'm going to freeze the signups in a week, and then we'll start communicating regarding how it has to be, how the logistics would work out. So it is going to be available for a week. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and one more detail I think I'm not sure if you mentioned is that since the sessions are mostly like around 4 weeks, we will have multiple offerings of this until the end of the academic year. And I think at this point we are thinking of 2 sessions. So, and I did see a couple of concerns in the PTA in general, that there are just too many programs, and we totally understand that, right? Yes, even I feel overwhelmed. So, as much as we want our kids to start off, we can't do everything at the same time. So hopefully these 2 sessions would help. So you can pace out whichever works for your kids. So even if not immediately the next session, since the current offerings from PTA, there's not much in control in the PTA itself as to when the competition dates are there. So we are trying to do our best in offering how many other programs that we can. But there are these options. So if not now, you can pick up the next session.
Can I just chime in on the number of programs? If you see most successful schools with very active PTA programs, they do have a lot of programs being offered at the same time. It is up to each parent and kid to choose. It's not like no kid can do all of them. You choose 1 or 2, and that's it. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm loving that Knots also bringing up so many for the kids to explore.
I had a question. So this session starts in 2 weeks, as in November 14th, or when is the exact starting date of the first session for grade 2?
9th, right?
Okay.
November 9th.
And it's, I'm assuming it's going to be virtual.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm sorry if that was not clear.
It's not November 9th. Actually, now that I'm looking at the calendar, it's actually November 12th. That's the Friday. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's the 12th.
Okay. So it's November 12th. And sorry if it was not clear before. Yes, this is virtual, offered via Zoom links. Yes.
And how many kids are going to be in one session? I mean, what is you're planning how many kids at a time in one session?
That all depends on the amount of signups, but what we plan to do is split the kids into 2 groups. So we're approximating like 7 kids, maybe, maybe like up to 10. We're thinking it's going to be a little less around that age in each group. So yeah, it won't be that large because we're splitting them up.
Okay, got it.
So to add more details, for people who were joining late, the program is structured in such a way that there is 2 parts to it, right? One is where the volunteers would go over some part of their curriculum, like gestures, vocal training, and all of that, which all of the participants it's more catered to a wider audience, so many people can join. The second half of the session, though, is going to be split, and Anya and Kirtana right now, they're going to accept signups, and those kids will be split into 2 groups, and each of them will get feedback from them, and they get to present or practice for competitions and whatnot. So it's catered for both. So.
Hi, I have one question. I know we are still far away from summer, but do you have some summer camps where you can provide public speaking classes?
So we haven't gotten that figured out yet because it's still a while away. And obviously because we're both high schoolers, we might not be free. But if it does happen, we'll make sure to let you guys know as we get closer to summer.
Yeah, and I can work with Anya and Kirtana. They do have contacts who may be interested in pitching in. So it's good to know that people are interested in the summer camp. So we'll try to arrange something.
Hi, I have one question. So I did sign up for my son and I did receive a confirmation email for that. So should I be expecting anything else before the classes start?
Yes. After the session is done, we did want to open up just one last time for people to sign up in case this got lost in other emails and things like that. So the orientation was to let people sign up for one last time, and then we will freeze the signups next week. And after that, you can expect emails on what is your weekly meeting links, and all passcodes are going to be within that. Please do not share outside the signups. We still want to keep it limited to people who have signed up, just to figure out, because this is the first time we are still not sure how this is going to pan out. There's going to be improvements along the way on how we are offering. So just to give it a little bit of time for us to fine tune this program, we want to freeze the audience at that point. And any communication will happen only via those emails.
Sure, thank you.
Hey, I have a quick question. So I did sign up both my kids, but how do I make sure that I click the send button towards the end? I mean, there's a submit button, sometimes parents forget. How do I make sure that their application is in?
If you have not received an email by next week,
Okay.
there is a Synod PTA. Okay, I'm going to send out the email ID for Xpressions program. So if your sign up form is closed, or if you have not heard back from us at any point, feel free to send out an email on this link, and I'm going to send that in the chat right now. You can reach out there.
Okay, thank you.
I have a comment. So if you can also know, because if you press submit, it will say your response has been recorded and it has been sent. So you'll automatically know that you guys got it.
Thank you, Miraya.
Thank you.
I'm just going to keep it open for 2 more minutes, but I just wanted it to be more of a volunteer to participant interaction.
Does anyone have any questions about how the class layout is going to work, or what?
Anything else? What we talked about?
Actually, do you mind sharing that layout just in case, so that people can take it?
Yeah, sure. So I can just share my. Wait, Anya, do you have it up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I have it. I can share.
You sure?
Yeah. So for grades 3 to 6, what we're gonna be doing is is there echo?
No, you're good.
Okay. What the first thing we're gonna be doing is we're just gonna be doing like a speech game in order to get their creative juices flowing. And then the second part is our lesson, which we talked about, I think, in our curriculum. We're going to be going over these 4 main things: creating a speech, delivery, pacing, and vocal variety for the first 4 weeks. And we'll be giving a quick lesson with some examples in 15 minutes. And then after that, the session will be just for like the kids who signed up, and we'll split into 2 groups. And then we're going to practice what we learned that day. We're going to give them prompts, and then we're going to have them speak using the skills that they learned that day. So every week they're going to be gaining a new skill, and then by the end of the session, we want them to be able to present a speech to a wider audience, such as parents. So if like our session is going to be longer than 4 weeks, we're going to have them start working on actual speeches. You want to go over grades K to 2, Anya?
Sure, yeah. So for the younger kids, it's going to be less like presentation focused and more about just developing normal like speaking skills that they can apply to day-to-day life. So they're going to start off with like, again, speaking games, and it'll be more about like being able to talk in front of their peers and be able to talk in front of other people, just to kind of get them comfortable with speaking in general. So it's going to be split into 2 groups. We're going to have speaking games, and then we're going to have simple prompts just to like get them speaking and just get them talking. Like Kirtana said earlier, like who's your best friend? Like what's your favorite color and why? And just simple stuff like that. The link to the sign-up sheet is on the Xpressions website, I believe. It's like on the flyer.
I'm so sorry. I think I have been sending out all of my messages to the waiting room, and I just realized, and I started sending it to everyone. I hope people are seeing it in the chat. And sign up form.
I think when you're mentioning the timings, kindergarten to 2nd grade, it looks fine, but in the other one, like it's 3rd to 6th grade probably. In the chat, you just mentioned kindergarten to 3.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be 3 to 6.
Yeah.
And sending out sign up form is right there. Okay. Any other questions regarding the program or to the volunteers directly? Okay, going once, going twice, going thrice. Okay, I think shared all that we have at this moment. Please look forward to our emails and send out any queries to synodpta.xpressions@gmail.com. More details will be added to the website, and always welcome feedback. So please use that email to send. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Anya.
It's great.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.